Hi, I'm the dietitian at Texas Health Resources Dallas, and I work with the cardiac rehab patients. Our cardiac rehab patients know that they try to increase their fish consumption for heart health, and they're often only cooking for 1 to 2. So today I thought I might demonstrate how to make fish tacos for 1. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shallow pan, and I'm going to pour about a tablespoon of olive oil into my shallow pan. And then I'm going to add to my shallow pan half a teaspoon of chili, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, a sprinkle of coriander, and a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. And I don't want to forget a half of the juice from half of a lime. Now I'm going to mix all that up. And then I'm going to add my fish fillet. In this case, I'm using tilapia, but you can use any mild white fish, tilapia, cod, halibut, whatever you like that's a white fish that's mild. I'm coating that fish so that it gets completely coated with all the olive oil, lime juice, and the spices. Now that can marinate for 5 to 10 minutes, and while that's marinating, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make the slaw that goes on top of the fish. So for fish tacos for 1, which makes about 2 tacos, maybe 3, I'm simply going to thinly cut purple cabbage at about 1/2 cup, so I can chop it up and get it nice and ready to top my fish. And I'm going to transfer that into this bowl. This is about 1/2 cup, so I'm eyeballing my 1/2 cup. And then I'm going to add 1/2 cup of corn. And I keep corn in the freezer in a bag, and I use it as needed for different recipes. For 1/2 cup of corn, I microwave this with a little bit of water for 1 minute, and then I drain the water, and I'm going to add that to the purple cabbage. Now to that purple cabbage, we're going to add another lime juice, or the juice from half a lime, which is part of what makes it taste so incredibly good. And if you don't have one of these gadgets for making lime juice or lemon juice, I highly recommend it. Okay, and then we have our juice from half a lime. Add that. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of light mayonnaise. Light mayonnaise is a bit better for you than regular mayonnaise because it's lower in saturated fat. And then I'm adding a teaspoon of honey. I'm not measuring that out, I'm just eyeballing that. And a sprinkle of pepper, black pepper. And lastly but not least, 2 things actually. First, we have to add some chopped cilantro, about a tablespoon. And then depending on how hot you like your tacos, we're gonna add some minced jalapeno. I like mine hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and just de-seed this jalapeno, and I'm gonna add 1/2 of a jalapeno minced. But you could just use 1/4 of one if you're, don't want it quite as hot. So I'm just gonna mince that, get it nice and small, but it's fresh jalapeno tastes great. Okay, so now I'm gonna add that, and then I'm gonna toss my purple slaw with the light mayo, lime juice, and honey. Get it really nicely mixed. And now we're gonna go ahead and cook our fish. So I'm gonna take our fish over to the stove. We have 1 skillet that has just a touch of olive oil in it. You could do a spray oil if you prefer. Get that skillet nice and hot. And then we're gonna transfer our fish into the skillet. Now with the fish fillet that's approximately this size, this thickness, you're just gonna cook that for 2 to 5 minutes on each side. So 3 minutes to 5 minutes on the first side, flip it over gently, and then 3 to 5 minutes on the second side. I do have a fish fillet that I've already pre-cooked to show you. And patients often want to know, like, well, how do I tell when it's cooked? You can see here that the fish has separated slightly, the tissue, so you know that that's well cooked. This was cooked about 4 minutes on each side. And then you can also tell when you take your spatula and you can see how you can flake it so nicely and it's flaky and fluffy, then you know for sure your fish is done. We have on this hot skillet that's dry, a corn tortilla that we just flipped for 20 to 30 seconds on each side. And we're gonna bring that over and put it into our taco stand. So you can heat up your 2 corn tortillas and then bring over your fish. And put your fish in each of the tacos, in each of the tortillas, excuse me. And you know, so this works out perfectly for 2 corn tortillas, or if you wanted to stretch it to 3, you certainly might do that, whatever you prefer. And then I'm gonna take our slaw, the purple cabbage and cilantro and corn and lime juice, and top each of those fish tacos with that beautiful slaw. And lastly, just add a wedge of avocado on the top of each one of those. And then by serving this with black beans, we have a complete meal. This is a very tasty, easy fish recipe. I hope you have a chance to try it. Easy to make for 1. If you want to double or quadruple the ingredients, you can make it for 2 to 4. I hope you try this recipe. It's delicious. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon with another recipe.